Y'all, Candace Owens is risking her life. Like, she's risking her life right now. She is exposing the big dogs. And like, honestly, I'm worried for her.
Beyonce is, in my view, a completely artificial creation. It's right on brand for her. She was made by Jay-Z. She was marketed and paid for by Jay-Z. He's basically bought all of her awards.
But there is something to this, and you mentioned this, which is that like Beyonce, even though she's, I guess, one of the biggest music stars ever, I find her music to be awful, unlistenable.
Same.
And just, quite honestly, just noise. It's not music. It's disgusting.
Candace Owens' life is in serious danger after she got on her show and leaked some disturbing receipts linking Beyonce and the Israeli billionaire Bill Ackman to Charlie Kirk's death. Word on the street is Beyonce felt away about the nasty comments Charlie made about her just days before his death and got in touch with Bill to join his alleged plot to end Charlie's life. 22-year-old Tyler James Robinson has already been arrested for being the shooter, but according to Candace, this goes deeper than just him. She claims Tyler is just a scapegoat being used to cover up something deeper, and she's not going to stop until she exposes everyone who took part in it. Charlie was on September 10th, 2025, in front of over 3,000 people at an event in Utah Valley University. The who's now believed to be Tyler James Robinson, hit him straight in the neck with a single from a rooftop building nearby. His death caused immediate chaos, with some Democrats jumping on social media to celebrate. Some people even said Charlie deserved what he got, and they pulled out several videos of him seemingly being racist, anti-LGBTQ+, anti-climate change, and ironically being against Democrats for wanting stricter laws.
Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population.
Yes,
about half of all prisoners are black.
Exactly.
So blacks commit more crimes than whites do. They commit more kidnappings. For example, blacks are 13% of the population and they commit 58% of all the murders.
Okay, let's talk about it. These are obviously racist claims, but I will respond to them as if Charlie Kirk were a reasonable person.
Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population.
Yes,
about half of all prisoners are black.
Wrong. Just 38% of America's prison population is black. That's according to the U.S. government.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
Native-born Americans, you better buy weapons, everybody. Have a lot of weapons at your disposal. I would never leave your home without a weapon.
I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage, but
I think it's pretty easy for anyone to get, and that's kind of a problem.
Okay. We just disagree. I think that you should be able to own a firearm and protect yourself.
I fully acknowledge and admit when you allow ownership, you're going to have. There is a cost to liberty. If you argue for Second Amendment rights and say that you're going to get deaths to zero, that is a falsehood. That is also why I support driving. I think driving is a moral good, but you're going to have people that die in auto fatalities. Liberty comes at a price, and so I believe that, yes, there will be costs and consequences of having firearm ownership, but the positives far outweigh the negatives.
Now, this is where the details of Charlie's death started getting a bit shady. Right after his death, the police arrested two individuals. The FBI director, Cash Pater, rushed to the internet to tell people that the subject was in custody, only for the two individuals that were arrested to later be released. It turns out one of them was just an attention-seeking, libertarian, conservative man who thought it was a good idea to randomly scream, "I shot him," when Charlie got hit. The other suspect was a 71-year-old man, and just like the first, he also falsely accused himself of being the and even demanded for police to him. You cannot make this up. He later admitted to giving a false confession to distract the police, but was still slapped with other charges after they found inappropriate pictures on his phone of under 18-year-olds getting mistreated. While the police were dealing with these two clowns, they were still on the manhunt for the real. They released image and surveillance footage of a man who they suspected was the They also found the sniper's location on the roof of a nearby campus building, and over there, they recovered a disassembled rifle, which was later confirmed as the weapon, DNA evidence on the rifle's trigger, as well as other items that tied back to Robinson. Interestingly enough, Tyler's mom gave him out to the police when she confided in a retired detective at their church after recognizing Tyler in the surveillance footage.
Mr. Robinson, for count 1, aggravated capital felony in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-5-202, in that on September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, intentionally or knowingly caused the death of Charlie Kirk under the following circumstances. The defendant knowingly created a great risk of death to another individual other than Charlie Kirk and the defendant. Notice conviction of this offense may carry the death penalty or pursuant to Utah Code 76.3-207.7, a mandatory term of imprisonment for life without parole, or an indeterminate term of not less than 25 years, and that may be for life. Victim targeting enhancement in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-3-203.14 sub 2. Tyler James Robinson intentionally selected Charlie Kirk because of Tyler James Robinson's belief or perception regarding Charlie Kirk's political expression. Notice, if the trier of fact finds beyond a reasonable doubt that the victim targeting enhancement applies, the sentencing judge or the Board of Pardons and Parole shall consider the defendant's selection of the victim as an aggravating factor. Violent offense committed in the presence of a child aggravating factor.
A lot of people pointed out how unbothered Tyler looked, speculating that he was unbothered because he had some powerful people backing him up, more specifically, Bill and Beyonce. Now, Beyonce being dragged into this might sound really random, but according to the folks who are blaming her, they said she had motive to unalive Charlie because just weeks prior to his death, he went off on her on social media amid the controversy surrounding her Levi's jeans ad and Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle jeans ad. Charlie had a lot of nasty things to say about Beyonce, and he didn't hold back. During an interview with Megyn Kelly, he called Beyonce trash and slammed her for apparently being a manufactured product to destroy the new generation.
I thought we were kind of done with the Sydney Sweeney controversy, but yesterday it resurrected for a couple of reasons. Number one, Beyonce has now dropped a similar ad for Levi's without the jeans double entendre commentary, but it's Beyonce in a jeans ad, and it is being received like she, again, is the second coming, like everything that Beyonce does and touches, because you're not allowed to criticize Beyonce. You're only allowed to lavish praise upon her.
Look, I hope Beyonce knows that there's a lot of people that really don't care that much about her. I am one of those people. I talk about Beyonce if it just kind of like comes across the news and kind of surfaces. But I will say, and I think it's an important point, which is, first of all, as a side note, just came the note, Levi's is the money behind Daniel Goldman, who is probably one of the most repulsive members of Congress.
Yes.
Daniel Goldman, just so you know, he got all of his money from the Levi Strauss fortune. Just a side note, this is a kind of a totally woke company and then a woke fortune that he inherited. Anyway, but look, the Beyonce, of course, she has a right to do the jeans ad, but it just looks so forced and it just looks so manufactured. And it goes to show, like, why did she feel the need to go do that? Was it to try to balance out the quote unquote racial conversation? I don't know. We'll never know. It's all just kind of suspect. It's all just kind of speculation, I guess you could say. But there is something to this. And you mentioned this, which is that, like, Beyonce, even though she's, I guess, one of the biggest music stars ever, I find her music to be awful, unlistenable.
Same.
And just, quite honestly, just noise. It's not music. It's disgusting. It's fine. She seems like a sweet person. I'm not saying about her personally. I know nothing about her personally. You can comment on her personally. I know nothing about it, but I think her music is just awful. But she needs to get in the position of being the victim at all times. And that is a pattern that I've seen, which is that, like, yeah, I'm being attacked. You're Beyonce. Like, you're kind of a big deal. Like, somehow I am under. And she did this kind of shtick, remember, during the Kamala Harris campaign, where she's like, yeah, our rights are under attack. Your rights are not under attack, Beyonce. As you come, parachute in, charge $10 million, give a speech, left all of your fans super disappointed and mad at you that you didn't perform. And the speech wasn't even good. It was in Houston. It was all about, like women's autonomy or whatever BS that is. And so, look.
Word on the street is that even though Beyonce didn't publicly respond to this, she felt some type of way about it and allegedly joined some of Charlie's enemies to put a hit on him. These rumors were fueled by Candace Owens when she got on her show and accused Bill Ackman of taking Charlie out as intervention for him refusing to make pro-Israeli comments on social media. She said Charlie was actively being blackmailed for his refusal to partake in their agenda. It's unclear if Beyonce is one of Bill's associates, but people seem to believe she is. Candace literally put her life on the line to reveal all this. this, and now people are looking into it to see how many other powerful people are involved. Word on the street is Bill isn't working alone. He has other powerful people, including celebrities, who are helping him carry out all this, and apparently Beyonce is one of them. One person said, "Everything that happened to Charlie showed that there are more soulless people in this world than I originally thought. It's scary that a very small number of people have a heart. It's crazy." Another person said, "Candace is a plant. She's here to make us believe she's unraveling the truth, but the world is an even bigger stage than we know. Her husband is related to the Rothschilds. She is them." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Beyonce being accused of having a hand in Charlie's death? And do you think it was wise for Candace to put her life in danger to reveal all this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.